My stomach is hungry. I always have to apologize to my kids when I have acting lesson days. And if I breathe...
Students?
Yeah, my students. I breathe too deep and my tummy makes... Yeah. I'm like, sorry.
How do you feel about... This is a side conversation we could probably talk about, but how do you feel about when someone says, my students, and you're taking away their individuality because you're like claiming them as property?
Oh, I've never thought about it that way.
Yeah, Nicole, our friend Nicole that we worked with.
Oh, yeah.
She posted about it, and I was like, I don't know that I totally agree with this, but I'm willing to be open to the discussion.
Yeah, I'm willing to be open to the discussion, but they are
technically
my
your
students.
Let me know if you want us to talk about it. We could possibly even bring on our friend Nicole as well. That would be a fun debate to have.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to take away their individuality.
But
if I want to talk about a specific student, I'm going to say their name. But like, also they're my students. Do I have to list all 110 students that I teach? Then is that what we're trying to get to? Because that sounds exhausting. There's a reason that I take attendance the way I do in that 110 person class. Yeah.
Something to think about.
That is perplexing my brain right now.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were privy to that.
No,
that's like a thing that people are talking about in like the dance teachers, acting teachers, just teachers in general. I'll show you after.
I'm very perplexed. Yeah. This is going to be in my brain now the entire time. Something that welcome to Stephanie's new look.
Oh, yeah. So
I feel like we just do like life updates because it's been so long since we've recorded one of these.
This is wind-blown hair, so it's a little bit gnarly at the moment.
She didn't grow this all in a few weeks.
But I did not grow this. I did not.
She's not a chia pet, right?
The cure for receding hairline. These are extensions. Duh. This is actually my hair up top here. I went blonde.
Yeah. Blonde.
Whatever.
A little pink. And then
probably what I'm gonna do though
brown at the bottom.
I think I'm gonna put my hair up because it is kind of all up in my biz right now.
Okay. I just feel like as we see the progression of these videos, we also see the progression of Stephanie
as a human being.
Yeah.
And also I want to get my hair out of my face so that we can talk about today's non-for-profit.
Yeah. So we are clearly wearing different shirts than we typically wear, right? So these are our Helping Women period shirts, and they are the nonprofit that we are currently partnering with, and their mission is to end period poverty by providing no-cost menstrual products to people in need, and that is really important. So we have t-shirts, clearly, that you can get tie-dyed like this. It's like a bullseye design with like this really cool gray color. My husband, I was going to say my boyfriend, which is not right. My husband, we were moving backwards in time. My husband, says that they look like they're like the photo negative color, which I think is the exact gray that it is. And then Stephanie designed the graphic, which I think is amazing, and it says happy period with a little drop of blood with a heart. I think it's pretty cool. I think we have to stop being so ashamed of the fact that we menstruate and the fact that we bleed. Like, I don't understand why.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
7 days bleeding and like you don't die. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, so I think we should wear it as a badge. I don't think like, oh my God, there's blood on it. It's talking about periods. I can't buy. No. And then 75% of the proceeds go straight to Helping Women, period. And you can, if you don't want a shirt, right, you can actually donate a shirt, or you can purchase a sticker that's under $10. We're trying to vary the donation so that anybody can donate, because this is a really, really big problem. And I like to think if the next time you walk into the grocery store, whatever market you go in to get your pads or tampons, think about it. Somebody doesn't have that, and you could help them get it.
But we're certainly not going to guilt you into doing it.
You can go to
www.cyclechats.com and you can donate to an absolutely beautiful cause. Whatever you are willing to give, we are willing to accept, and we are so thankful for it. If you cannot find it in your pocketbook to donate, you can also share. You can share the link to the website, which I will put below, also right here. You can go ahead and give that a share on any sort of social media platform. tag all of the non-for-profits below, and also tag us in it, and we're happy to share it. So with that, I think we should get into today's episode.
Okay. So thank you to everybody that put some topics in that anonymous list. We got some interesting things sent to us.
Apparently,
one of us is hiding something.
That's a secret.
I don't know which one. Stephanie and I are probably too open with one another, so I like that. Somebody also asked us if we were flat earthers.
No.
Yeah, I'm not.
I can fully say no.
Yeah, I can fully say no as well. What else Netflix and chill.
No.
That was weird. I'm
good.
I'm assuming that was for Stephanie. I'm very much taken. And then somebody also asked if Stephanie was dating anybody right now, because once again, I'm taken. So
you know what? Here's the thing. I'm gonna keep you guessing.
There you go.
Maybe I am, maybe I'm not, but guess what? It is none of your business.
Yeah. So thank you.
She says as she opens up all of her business in the last 14 episodes.
It's all good. So we're gonna choose like a maraca. Da 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 da. Olé! All right, ready?
Yes.
I just take it off and they all go everywhere.
That would be impressive considering there's this many at the
I
bottom
know.
and all of this air.
All right. Choose a good one.
Ooh, is love blind?
Ooh.
You wanted to do that.
I wanted to do this one. I think it's very interesting.
Yeah.
So this one is based on
opening.
Oh my gosh! It's 6 minutes in and we haven't done this. Let's do it. Is it mine or yours?
It's yours.
It's mine. Great. What show are we doing? It's Chit Chats. Welcome to Chit Chats, a totally unedited space where we break the cycle of what it means to be a woman together. Wow, that was 7 minutes in. Well, we have our topic, is love blind? I wanted to do this one because I find it extremely interesting. I used to be a very big Bachelor fan. Still am, right? I appreciate the franchise. I watch it for the drama, though, along with Stephanie and our other friend. It's not like we're watching it for realsies, believing that they're going to fall in love.
No, if anything, I feel like I'm very aggressive out loud about how ridiculous all of it is.
Yeah, it's as I've gotten older, it's just become more and more ridiculous. It's super. Were you the one that said that we're going to watch it when we're 70 and still yell at it? I mean, it's really bad. It's bad, guys. It's really bad. It's entertaining as heck, though, so I'll take it.
I watched The Housewives. We're all guilty.
Yeah,
we're all hypocrites about it. But so I think what you had been talking about before with Is Love Blind?
The Netflix show inspired this.
Is love, can you find love with someone without their physical appearance? That's what I'm to understand of the whole thing.
Literally, that is what it is. If you have not watched Netflix's Is Love Blind, or whatever it's actually called, strong suggest. I think it's extremely interesting. At least it's not based off of appearance, which is my extreme problem with The Bachelor, when I'm just seeing 20-something girls who clearly just live at the gym. None of them have a hair out of place or have a pimple. They are this ideal American woman, and I think it's just bull crap. I don't think that's reality. I don't think it's a good way to show love as something that is just physical. So I really like the idea that Is Love Blind is doing, because the people are basically talking to one another behind a wall, right? So they cannot see one another's face. They have 10 days of that. They can propose to each other earlier and see each other for the first time. And then they kind of go into living together. They immediately live together for 3 weeks, and then the wedding is week 4. Now, I will say that the couples from season
and we're
2.
not talking about the show.
No,
we're just giving the preview of the show.
Yeah, the couples from season 2, I do not believe are together anymore. So they did get married, but they got divorced. I believe, though, I haven't watched the new episodes, but I believe the couples from season 3, though, are currently still together, and one couple from season 1 is still together. So it's actually a better track record than The Bachelor.
I feel like, for me personally, I think if when I get to know someone, I think it's important that you build a friendship with the other person.
Very much so.
You can certainly grow into being attracted to them. But I do feel like you've got to have, like, there's no part of me that's going to grow into being attracted to you if you aren't physically appealing to me in some form or another. Like, you don't have to be like an Adonis, but like if you are just not, I look at you and I'm just like, I'm not attracted to you. I don't know how much of your personality is going to change that. I'm still going to have affection for you, just not romantically.
Yeah, and I think somebody's personality is only going to make them more attractive to you.
Correct.
Right? Because
so if you think already that they're good looking, and then you get to know them and they're even more
that like, halo light goes around them, and you're like, this is the most beautiful person I've ever seen, which is interesting because both my husband and I know it's true, is that we are very opposite of what we typically date, right? We're not fitting the mold of the person that we usually are in a relationship with, but we both love and find one another attractive. It's just that the people that we've dated before our entire lives are the complete opposite of what we ended up with, which I think is interesting, right? So I also think of like arranged marriages, right? I believe the stats are still that arranged marriages do way better than regular marriages.
But how much of that is the
culture
trauma?
And I know. I don't know. I don't know.
I have a buddy that I was talking to recently, and we were talking about marriage and how it's not an option to divorce once you're married.
Okay. And in some cultures.
And but for him, he's like, you work through it, and I'm like, well, wonder if it's just not.
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
Like, and even he was saying how moving in with your partner beforehand is a no-go for him, because
interesting,
you would
very opposite thoughts.
You'd be too intimate with each other sexually.
Is that a bad thing?
Well, that's the thing, right? Is he's traditionally Catholic.
Gotcha.
And so we have very different opinions on religion.
Yeah.
But I was fascinated to hear his viewpoint, because I'm like, well, I said, but aren't you being intimate already?
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, and in a way I'm being a hypocrite. And so like, I was like, well, and then we were joking around where I was like, well, technically you could find loopholes, you could live together and then just become voyeurs and do it everywhere else but your home. And he's like, I would be lying if I didn't say that I hadn't thought of it. And I was like, so it's
interesting.
I think religiously, sometimes people stay together for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. I mean, you could,
but you
could argue anyway, I think, with this.
Right.
But I guess the way to answer this question, right, this prompt, is love blind.
Mm-hmm.
How important is personality versus looks? Because most of the time, right, what women ask for as I think we get older is the thing that you and I always like to say, but right now you're dating, so it's very different, is you want somebody that makes you laugh.
Oh yeah, but you also have to be attractive. Like I have been with people who are visually chef's kiss.
Yeah.
And then like they just keep talking and you're like,
shush. Yeah.
Just talking. Like it's bad, and you're like, wow, you're so attractive, but your personality and like the things that you are saying are making me just not want to do anything with you. So then personality does matter more than looks.
Initially, it's
looks
gotta
matter. Initially, I have to be attracted to you.
I mean, I totally agree.
I can't be like repulsed when I look at you.
When I met my husband, it was like on OkCupid, and I just saw pictures and I was like, he's
cute.
Very cute.
Yeah.
And then the personality just made it better. So yes, looks do matter. But
and like I would never want someone to look at me and be like, I bet she's got a rock solid personality, but man, I can't stand looking at her. Like I want you to I want you to be able
I'll put a wall up between
to be-
Stephanie and I. Start building a wall.
I just want you to be able to, like, I want that to be part of it,
Uh-huh.
but I don't want that to be everything. And that's what's changed as I've grown up, is when I was younger, I was like, oh, you have to be super attractive. And then it was weird because I used to ask my friends, like, do you think my boyfriend's attractive?
Oh yeah, I used to do the same.
Because I was like, I have to have a hot boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like, my partner's got to be stunning.
Banging.
Now, I could care less if you think they're good looking or not. What I don't like, though, is when people will point out if your partner is, I don't care if they're like, wow, what a good looker. Thank you. But when people are like, you could do better. And I'm like, did I ask you?
Yeah,
Like,
that's a gross
weird
comment too.
Most of the time, those people are very superficial. I don't take it personal. And I'm like,
yeah, you can do better. You can do better. Turn around, go home.
Your face in your butt.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I don't know. I think part of it is that it is, yes, there has to be some sort of physical attraction, but if you were not able to see that person, right? Personality to me is going to win out 10 out of 10 because you're building a emotional connection, right? Yes, the physical stuff matters, but you can work on sex.
Yeah.
It's like, like
That's
that is
true.
something you can work on. I always like to think of like Charlotte in Sex and the City, right? When she gets together with Harry, sorry, spoiler alert, please watch Sex and the City. She doesn't find him attractive, but they have great sex. And so she kind of melds him into, she's like, you need to get your back waxed. And he goes to do that. So I don't know. I think there's give and take, but I think personality matters. And in those episodes with the two of them, he's always making her laugh. He loves her because of who she is, not because of like this persona she puts on. And I think that's, at the end of the day, that matters. That personality of it does matter. Yes, there has to be some sort of attraction, and you even see on the show Love is Blind that once they see each other, there is attraction, right? They've built this person up so much in their head that there is an attraction, a chemical attraction, because they're excited to see one another.
Right.
It's just, I think sometimes physical gets in the way too much.
Well, and that's why, you see a lot of times.
Yeah, I decided to hit myself.
That's why I think sometimes you'll see, specifically, I know I have, I had a few friends who were like, I was like, why are you even with them? Oh, the sex is so good.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but there's like nothing else that they're adding to it. I think you gotta go at it twice to really get a good idea.
Have sex twice?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like to get a good idea.
Yeah.
If you're really gonna pursue something a little bit further.
Yeah.
I think after the first time, it doesn't have to be like, oh my god, metal. Like, but if like the makings are there and you're like, okay, we can work with this, right?
Yeah.
Like it's an anomaly when you do it with someone and like it's amazing the first time.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen often, and I personally think that has a lot to do with circumstance, environment.
It's awkward.
Lead up,
You're
all that
seeing each
stuff.
other naked
But that's
for the
what I
first
mean is
time.
like it has a lot to do with like what led up to that, and most of the time there was a lot of foreplay, there was a lot of flirting, there was a lot, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't just like you met each other for an hour and went home and then did it and it wasn't spectacular.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of, this is a side tangent, but like I think the makings have to be there. I think you kind of know too when you sleep with someone. You're like, I don't know that we mesh.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get a pretty good idea
I think you get a really good idea within the first 5 minutes.
of having sex with them.
No, of meeting of meeting somebody.
Yeah, I
Right?
agree.
You kind of know if you want to continue or not, and
You get that initial feeling of
yeah,
like, you're like, oh,
I am curious to continue, or would like to leave this situation.
yeah. I think when someone's a really good conversationalist, that's all that always keeps me, is like when someone's not, like especially with men, I've noticed that when they're able to talk to me without over sexualizing me, I tend to go in with that, I think, because I'm so like, well, they all want the same thing. And so then when one comes at me and is like,
I know that's not on their brain when they look at me. So
that's not true. That's not true.
I'm the quirky friend.
So...
Woo! Anyway, so yes, would you say love is blind, or?
I'd say love needs some glasses. I think love might have
not rose-colored ones.
No, I think love has blurry vision.
Okay.
So I think when you see someone, you see the outline, you see the makings, you're like, okay, you talk to them, but you're like, oh, but they seem nice. And then as you go get your eyes checked, you're like,
gotta get those
wow,
glasses.
You got glasses on and you can see it clearly, but you've already built up that friendship. I mean, you could be the most stunning person in the world and have the worst personality.
Yeah.
And man,
I've met a lot of those people.
It's rough too, because you're like, you are an Adonis.
Yeah.
But you are, it's like, I want to take 2 pencils and I want to ram them into my ears because just the things that you are saying, it's like, wipe the diarrhea out of your mouth.
Yummy.
It's that to me is just so mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It's like, that's all you have to offer, that you're hot. That's it. You have no other redeeming factors other than you are attractive.
Yeah, but a lot of those people just rely on that. I would another conversation.
I would take someone who's not conventionally attractive, but has like a banging personality, over someone who's drop dead gorgeous.
I think that's it, right?
Me.
But no, I think that's the answer. That's me. No, I think that's the answer. That's literally the answer, is that I think looks are lovely, but if they're not going to offer you anything personality-wise, what's the point? Also, love takes a lot more than just personality and looks. There's like other things that go into it. But
we're at 21 minutes.
Yeah, so we're cutting it. But I kind of think that personality matters more. That's where I come in.
Well, you tell us what you think in the comments below, and if you want to sign up for our newsletter and you want to talk to other like-minded individuals, you can go to www.cyclechats.com and
sign up.
Buy, support. You can buy our other merch as well. And we're on TikTok, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. I mean, pretty much any social media platform that exists, we try to be on it. And if we're not on it and you want us to be, message us. We love to talk to y'all.
Yeah, Stephanie's better at that stuff, so she'll do it. I'll just be in the background. All right, ready? We hope you sync up with us next time. You can tell it's been a while since we've done this. Don't rip that down.